King's Landing is buzzing. Thousands have gathered for the Hands Tournament, a massive celebration of Ned Stark's new appointment. On the surface, it's a display of wealth and peace, intended to show the world that the Seven Kingdoms are thriving. But inside the small council chambers, the celebration looks very different. Ned expects to discuss the city's security, but instead, he's presented with the staggering bill for the festivities. This chart illustrates the crown's financial reality. The small column represents the kingdom's revenue, while the massive column on the left shows its debt. The Iron Throne owes 6 million gold dragons. King Robert has spent years prioritizing feasts and hunting trips over the treasury, borrowing money far faster than it can be repaid. Jon Arryn spent his final years trying to control this spending, but the king ignored him. The debt continued to grow, eventually overwhelming the financial safeguards Arryn tried to keep in place. Ned is now tasked with managing this insolvency while navigating a city full of spies. Varys, Littlefinger, and Queen Cersei all maintain their own networks. Every conversation in the capital is recorded, and every movement is watched. Ned has inherited a position in a kingdom buried in debt and riddled with betrayal. He is standing in a political powder keg where a single misstep could trigger a total collapse. Ned begins tracking Jon Arryn's final days, which led the former hand to a massive, dusty book of noble bloodlines. It's a tedious record of marriages and births, but Arryn was obsessed with it just before he died. The clues in the book lead Ned away from the palace and into the city's streets, specifically to a blacksmith's forge and a young apprentice named Gendry. Ned studies the boy's features. The thick black hair and powerful build are identical to the king's. Gendry is Robert Baratheon's illegitimate son, and his existence explains why Jon Arryn was so interested in royal bloodlines. This investigation is met with immediate violence. During the tournament, Sir Hugh, a knight who may have known Arryn's secrets, is killed when Sir Gregor Clegane shatters a lance through his neck in front of the entire city. Queen Cersei visits Ned soon after to deliver a private warning. She dismisses his sense of duty as a waste of time, claiming he is trying to clean a mess that will never stop growing. She ends the meeting by reminding him that she has her own ways of destroying her enemies. In King's Landing, knowledge has become a fatal liability. Every secret Ned uncovers acts as a tightening noose around his own neck. Across the narrow sea, Daenerys Targaryen is undergoing a transformation. The fearful girl who was sold into marriage is beginning to exert her own will. Following the advice of her handmaiden, Daenerys stops acting like a servant and begins to demand the respect owed to a queen. That night, she approaches Khal Drogo with a new confidence. Instead of submitting out of fear, she takes control of their relationship, forcing a shift in how they interact as the leaders of the Dothraki. At the Wall, Jon Snow is facing his own struggle. He is easily defeating the other Night's Watch recruits in combat, but his skill is only earning him their resentment. Tyrion Lannister points out that Jon's advantage isn't talent, it's privilege. Unlike the other recruits, who were thieves and peasants, Jon was trained by masters from the day he could hold a sword. That realization changes Jon's approach. He uses his skills to protect the vulnerable Samwell Tarly, who was forced into the Watch by a father who threatened to kill him. While the capital is consumed by deception, these characters are starting to move beyond their previous roles, asserting themselves for the first time in the corners of the world. The tension across Westeros finally breaks at a roadside inn. Catelyn Stark, traveling south, unexpectedly encounters Tyrion Lannister. As Catelyn looks around the room, she sees a tactical opportunity. This map shows the distribution of soldiers in the tavern. Nearly every man present is sworn to a house loyal to her family. Tyrion is completely surrounded. Catelyn seizes the moment, publicly accusing Tyrion of conspiring to murder her son, Bran. Tyrion attempts to laugh off the accusation, but the trap shuts instantly. Men rise and draw their swords, surrounding the Lannister as the room fills with the sound of steel. In the name of King Robert, Catelyn officially arrests Tyrion, ordering the knights to help her take him north to face trial. This single act of drawing steel destroys any hope of a peaceful resolution. a shadow war of whispers, has been transformed into a clash of armies.